Good afternoon, kings and queens, and welcome to Believe in Yourself Tuesday. I'm your host, Lakina Folks. Today on Believe in Yourself Tuesday, I chat with multi-talented media and marketing mogul Shontel Michelle. Find out how she runs 3 companies while equipping, empowering others to their own success. Right after this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, welcome to Believe in Yourself Tuesday. Shontel Michelle, thank you so much for coming.
Hey, Lakina folks. I wouldn't rather be any other place than here on Believe in Yourself Tuesday, so thank you for having me.
Shontel, so with all that you do, are you seeing your dreams manifest, or did God interrupt your plans of being something else?
Wow, that's a good question. No, I believe that God, everything that I've always done, because I love people, and to be in marketing, to be in media, you have to love people. So I've always had to, and have a personality to be in front of people, to be with people, to actually deal with people. And I've always been told that my personality was going to take me somewhere.
Right.
I never forget just growing up in church. I never forget I was in church one day, and I grew up in Kentucky, and this lady told me, it was like, your personality, I never forget, I can remember like it was yesterday. She was, your personality is going to take you places. And so, you know, everything that I've been through, even in this building, the companies or whatever, before then, and even in the midst of, I've always dealt with teams and network marketing and multi-level marketing, some type of marketing. And now God was just showing me even now that was part of the plan. And I always talk to people about like the story of Karate Kid. If you ever watched Karate Kid, he was doing all this stuff that weren't really pertaining to, he thought wasn't pertaining to karate, but actually it was. So God always reminds me of that particular movie when I get discouraged or whatever about how my life was going now. You know, I see that it was all in God's divine plan. So yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely have the personality of doing the media, the marketing, you know, you're amazing in that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your companies and what you do.
Okay, so I have 2 companies that are in fruition right now that I actually I'm working right now, but a lot of people don't know I even also am a hairstylist. And so I have a salon company, Salon Versatile, which, you know, that right now is at rest, if you want to say, until God gives me the release to go back out into that. Not necessarily to do here, to help other beauty professionals perfect their craft and know how to market themselves. Because even when I had the salon for 2 years, back in 2014 to 2016, I did hair, but my goal was to help build the stylists that came in. So it was a 12-seat salon that we filled every seat. But my thing was getting them stylists customers, and so we did the commercials. I did a lot of the marketing myself. Wow. And taught them how to market themselves. So, and that was a season that God was just showing me some things about, you know, how to help other companies and other business owners, whether it was a salon owner or stylist, you know, in any field, to be able to market themselves, especially through social media. And so, which brings us to my next company, is Rich Girl Marketing Solutions, SOUL, Lutions, which that was birthed out of helping faith-based entities such as churches and those people who may be an author, a coach, anybody dealing with faith-based to market themselves via social media. So, and then we have In the Know. So In the Know is a production, is a show that I do right here on this network that you're on. And we have fun with that, just helping people, unveiling the greatness in you, like teaching, showing people this is a great person, but they have a story behind it. So I love the whole concept of telling stories, and I love to hear people's stories. It's like, and I like to hear it from the horse's mouth, right?
Right.
Yeah, I want to hear about what what really happened to you? So those are the 3 companies that are my babies. I'm an author too. Don't really have a company with that. Just wrote a book because God had instructed me to. But if I had to say 3 companies that, and then, I work with the One.TV as the vice president. And so I know God has called me to help people to build, to come in and to connect. Right. And so that's what I just accepted that whole call because I didn't understand it, like how that could just be a call, but it is an assignment that God has given me because I noticed down through the years that's what I've done.
Right, because you help build people, and not just people, like you said, you help build their businesses, you help build them just as a person. Yeah. So you do a lot of that. So it's awesome. It's quite awesome how that's intertwined into your businesses. Yeah, that you're helping build. So with the marketing, you're helping building their business.
That's definitely true. Yeah, I never thought it was such a need for it, and that people, really don't see the value, especially as a small business. We know you have the big box businesses that we see every day, the Walmarts, the Macy's, and but when you have the mom and pop shops, or you have the growing businesses that, the world calls small businesses, a lot of times they don't see the value of their marketing, and that marketing is definitely something that you need to budget when you're budgeting everything else as your business is being formed. So marketing is definitely key.
Definitely key, because a lot of big businesses, they actually started off small, but through their marketing.
There you go. Here they are. They became big business, and they have franchises now, so forth and so on. So I just encourage, like, any, don't think, I can't market, I don't have no money. No, put it in your budget. Yeah. Like, whatever marketing budget you have, somebody will be here to be able to fulfill your needs with that budget. Yes. And I'm one of them. Soft sale.
And then with your marketing, you not just do just like flyers and things like that. You do the social media part. You do websites with that as well.
Yeah. So what we do traditional marketing. We're Rich Girl Marketing Solutions. We also, our niche, if you want to say it, is definitely social media, encouraging companies or people, influencers such as yourself, to go live. That's my thing. Like now, this really teaching the marketplace, especially as believers, to go live on whatever platform, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. They everywhere you can go live now. And so this teaching them how to do that. And like you said, traditional marketing, we do graphic designs. We also do, what is that called? We do billboards. We have billboards now and we have access to. Okay. And websites, we help with your website, managing it. Social media management is something else we do. So you might not have time to manage as an influencer, to manage or pastor or church, to manage your social media. That's some of the things that you have access to. And also we can help you develop your own, if you want to go get jiggy with it, develop your own show where you can market yourself, or you can come on and have an interview portion, whatever, podcast, all that. So that's the media side of marketing. God began to show me that the 3 M's for you, Shontel. So it would be media, marketing, and ministry. It entails something that I want to do in the marketplace. Yeah. Ooh, come on, Jesus, he just gave me that.
That's awesome. Media, marketing,
and ministry, what he wants to do in the marketplace. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So what do you think as being what has been a major turning point in your life that put you on this new trajectory?
Wow. So that's a dual answer, or maybe a trifold answer. So 3 years ago, I've always been on this journey, and kind of, if you want to say, all over the place. That's what, I was trying to figure it out. And 3 years ago, just really getting into going through what I've been through. I've been through some life experiences that have, really hit me to the core, and which we all have. And sometimes it gets us to a place that we have to depend on God. Because if you start depending on people, and which I was, and depending on family, you really lose hope. You could lose hope, in people and mankind and just life, period. And so if you get to the point where you're in that place, and most times what we do, we turn to God. That's our choice. It's like he allows these things to happen so we can actually turn to him. And so that's what happened. So about 3 years ago, God spoke to me, and I had to make a decision that did change the trajectory of my life. It was not an easy decision, but God told me he would be my blesser and my exceedingly great reward if I obeyed. And I did it, and that was the turning point. And, and in that met some beautiful people, being obedient to God to pray and do some things on social media live, met some beautiful people, went back to work for 2 years and at an amazing company. And I was able to really, I joined the ministry as well, which transitioned me, my apostles who are my apostles now, told me, you need to go back to work. And I looked at them like, work? I'm a business owner. Work? But my business wasn't doing anything at the time. I didn't have a focus. I didn't have vision. I didn't have clarity. And they said, well, God wants to show you something in working for somebody else. And I'm like, okay, God, you're going to have to work this out, because I really told God, I said, it needs to be somewhere I could still possibly work my business if I wanted to, and also work. Right. Well, and I would have a flexible schedule. I went and lo and behold, he did just that. Wow. And I thought it might be like 6 months, 8 months, because I ain't never stayed that long, anywhere in somebody else's vision. I mean, right. I just didn't. Like, if I worked at Kroger's, honey, it wasn't long. If I worked at McDonald's, it wasn't long. But nevertheless, this particular place, God began to show me something. He began to show me more about people, the compassion of people, also how to help someone build their vision and work in their vision. And that in that, I began to see some things even within myself that I could do that I didn't know I could do, and some gifts and talents that God has given me, especially to connect people and to bring people into their destiny as a destiny helper.
So something that was kind of hard for you to do, you struggled with going to work and all of that, but then God showed you the blessing.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then it was also a blessing in your obedience, because you could have been like, no, I'm not doing my own thing.
Oh, yeah. I was. I ain't gonna even lie. When they first started, they told me it took me about 90 days to really obey. I was like Jonah. I was like, no, he threw me in that belly of the whale, and some things started to happen. I was like, okay, I surrender, and it turned out to be a great experience. Yeah, I do not regret it at all. Yeah,
man, that's awesome. And then it puts you on this next new journey in your life now.
Absolutely. Because in this particular business, I've seen others come through this business, and the owner of this business, who remain nameless. I've seen these particular people. I've seen their life now. They're business owners themselves, making 6 figures or on their way. They're both happily married. I'm like, hold up. There's a pattern here. This might just be. Yeah, and I've seen it. And I believe this, the woman of God that owns this business, she has anointing for that. And that is something that God wanted to also do with me as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Awesome. So did you ever doubt yourself and feel like, giving up during this journey?
Girl, that question. Honey, yes. I would be lying if I said I didn't. Even to this day, I just thank God for the mindset work that I've been doing in this past year, because in the beginning of the year, 2021, I didn't have any focus. I was like, well, I could just, be relaxed here, working, maybe I'll do real estate. Maybe I'll just keep doing no, I don't want to do rich girl no more. I'm tired of this. Just, in the know, I'm a God said do it, I'm going to do it. Stay focused. Ain't nobody watching. You have all these things that the enemy try to throw your way. So thank God that I was obeying. Once again, obey God. He said, he said, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. And I was like, Lord, what do you mean? I don't need another outfit. I don't need no more makeup. Don't need no more weave. He said, I ain't talking about that. He was like, on the inside of you. Wow. Your inside is not conducive to what your outside is portraying. And I'm like, oh, okay. Wow. So I had to, I hired a therapist. I began to go through therapy. I invested in a coach, and I began to do the mindset work. And so when I did feel like giving up, I had to go back to what the word says. I could do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and to stand on his word. So definitely felt like giving up, but I'm a fighter, so.
Yeah. So what helped you on your path was investing in yourself and doing that work.
Yeah, doing the work.
So how important you think it is for people to really invest in themselves? Because a lot of people don't invest in themselves.
Man, I say this, like when you're thinking about you and Coach Kim Springer, our vision coach Kim Springer always says that there are so many, our thoughts come miles a minute, basically every single day, but we never work on our mindset. But we might continue to work on our outside, as far as like working out, trying to see what's the next bundle we gonna get, and stuff like that, the makeup and the clothes. But on the inside, we're dying, and don't feel the investment of, you could put $300 on a wig, sometimes $400 on a wig to make your outside or your makeup get done, but your inside is jacking. We don't think about investing into our mindset or investing into therapy. Therapy is okay. Black folk don't want to think therapy is okay. It's okay. We can go through therapy and we can talk about the things that have, that little girl that was molested or whatever. So it's very important that we invest in ourselves. That should be the number one thing outside of, it's good to eat good. It's good to feel good as far as exercise. That's another great way to invest on the inside too, because that ultimately helps. But this mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to invest in yourself.
It's
very important. Very important. Yeah.
Yes. So what is it about media that you believe that is calling you, or that has made it like your person, like purpose? What is that about media?
It's so funny because the other day I was interviewing with the radio show. They almost asked the same question, and it was always there. My dad, I never forget, my brothers in media, my whole family, actually, now I think about it, does something, whether it's on behind the scenes or in front of the camera. I've always loved, seeing people being interviewed. I watch talk shows. My grandmother, now I think about it, used to watch talk shows. We would eat dinner watching Oprah. And it was another Sally, what was her name? Sally Jesse Raphael. I don't know if you remember her. She with the glasses. And all the ones that we grew up on, Donahue and different ones like that. And I was very intrigued by people coming on and telling their stories. And I've always thought, man, I would love to do that one day. I want to be the next Oprah. I want to be also like Ivana. I'm jacking her name up. Ivana. Yeah. Because I love, because she would actually show people being, transformed right on TV, even in their ratchetness, but would show the transformation of them. So I thought that was something cool. And then my dad was always on television preaching. He's a minister, apostle. And back then, even being a minister all the way up to he is now, always seen, he was one of the first black men on like BET that had a Christian, as far as like Christian network, television network that he owns as well. So just always seen it, and I just knew that one day I would be on TV or singing somewhere. I like to sing too, so that's a whole other show. Yeah, so it's always been my calling, and so ironically, social media is where it is really been birthed. So just doing videos. Before lives came about, I actually would do videos on Social Cam. That was an app that they used to have before lives came out, and upload them to like social media. So if you go on like my Shontel Michelle YouTube, I actually got a lot of subscribers. I wish they could switch over to Internet, but anyway. I need to switch them people.
So you always kind of had that dream as a young girl of being on TV and interviewing people.
Yeah. I've actually, now that I think about it, but because guess what? But because of growing up I was heavy growing up, so I never seen. Oprah did inspire me because I know she was once heavy. She lost weight, so I'm like, but that's something that when you're looking at, once again, your outside. And you're comparing it to what the world sees, then I never pursued it like that. If that made sense, and so now it's just like whatever. I can be on TV, whatever. We all working,
right? So Shontel, tell us, how do you get inspired, and where and when you pour into so many people and business owner, how do you get inspired and stay inspired to continue to build people?
Through, definitely, I know this sound cliche, literally prayer and the word of God, just really focusing on you know, what God says about people. Even though I might see some things, being prophetic it helps because I see the potential.
Right.
And when I begin to see the potential, I thought everybody had this, but evidently they don't.
Right.
As far as like seeing people's potential, and like I'm literally like, I see it. Oh my God, don't you see it? Like, come on.
No,
They're like, no. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, let's do it. Come on, you could do this, you could do that. Come on. I'm like everybody's biggest cheerleader. Like, I can see it. And so that's what drives me. I see it. I can see it inside of you. I can see it so clear. And sometimes I don't even see it for myself that clear, but I can see it for others. And when I literally will go in, and some people have to say, hold up, you're moving me too fast. I never forget a friend of mine just called me the other day. He was like, I prayed for you. He said, I prayed for some years to have a friend or a companion like you, but you came, I prayed for like a 25, 30%, and you came 110 to make me better. And then I said, wow. He's like, be careful what you pray for, huh? He said, because God just might give it to you. You might not be ready for it.
Right.
So, I'm inspired by other people's potential. And sometimes, being single, and you can't just you got to be careful with that because you be seeing a man potential, but he ain't trying to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you feel like you wasting your time. But I still just really love people too. And it just makes it much easier when you can deal with all kinds of people. Yeah. So, yeah.
And you're definitely a cheerleader,
right.
And everything. Did you ever once cheerlead?
I did want to be a cheerleader. Oh my God. Yay. I wanted to be a cheerleader, but because I didn't like gym, that wouldn't work.
But you cheerlead in the spirit.
I absolutely do. Yeah. A lot of people say they're inspired through my motivation and my transparency. Yeah, so I'm very transparent about my life. I don't, it's an open book. I'm pretty sure y'all read about it one day. I'm gonna do a book about it, and most of the time when I get interviewed, I just.
So where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
10 years, Lakina. I ain't even thought that far. Definitely married. Definitely doing the work of God, just really, because 10 years, believe it or not, will be here before we know it. Yes, now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, I probably do need to do a 10-year vision cast. But if I had to answer that right now, I would definitely be married, very successful in media marketing and ministry, and really have impacted so many people around, not just country, but the world. Definitely traveling, speaking, and, maybe even on TV. Who knows?
Well, you're on TV now.
Right, I am. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, you're going to get on the big screen.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you. God showed me about 10 years ago that this will be the way that we will be watching TV through streaming or watching shows. This before any Red Table Talk, any Believe in Yourself Tuesday, any In the Know, where people will be able to watch, like you on Facebook, it's Facebook Watch, right? So that's a bunch of people who done got their phones or their devices, and now they're shooting actual content. God showed me this, that even like cable and things of that will have to catch up with the internet. Like the terrestrial TV or radio, we have the podcast, we're getting ready to phase out. This is like, remember back in 8-track days and the records, it's a phasing of this. So places like the One TV, so we ain't gonna play this now. Listen, if I be on the big screen TV, when we get on the big screen, right? People gonna be watching us on their smart TVs. Right through internet connection, right?
Yeah.
So that's God showed me that. So we ain't gonna play this down. This is huge. Amen. We gonna get the followers, the sponsors, and everything.
Amen.
Yeah.
So do you have any new projects up and coming, and what can we look for you next?
Well, right now I'm working on some things with the One TV as we are moving forward and building this particular network. Also in the Know, we're moving forward. We've been on consistently for a year, so there's some things that we are working on to produce. I want to do some more producing of different reality shows, as well as some competitions. I want to do like a choir competition. Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah. I can't wait to do that. And so sponsored by the One TV. Amen. And some other sponsors. Probably like, what? Also, I'm writing another book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's geared towards media professionals.
Okay.
And podcast. So you'll be a podcast, a web series host, hosting your talk show, as well as influencers, people who just want to get on there and influence people, however they influence them, hopefully in a positive way.
Is it a how-to book?
It's actually it's going to be called Managing Your Mind and Your Mouth to Show Up and Show Out on Media. So basically, when you're talking about media, everybody don't have the mindset for television or even just being on social media or any kind of camera, right? So some people I find out are terrified of even going live. So just getting your mind together where you are more confident, and also your mouth together where your mouth is managed, where you don't speak out these things that God has not said about you. And also, and some of it will be how to and some different tips that I had to experience and learn. I'll just put them in the book, and people can read it and go to it if they need some encouragement. So it'll have inspirational, encouragement, motivational, and things like that. Yep.
Okay, that sounds really good, really good. So how can we find you on social media and your websites and all of that?
Awesome. So you can find me at ShontelMichelle.com. And also I got a website, y'all. Hallelujah. And also Shontel Michelle on every social media outlet. And mainly not Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but don't go to Twitter. Instagram and Facebook, and then my website. And I think I'm Shontel Michelle on TikTok too. I'm trying to get my TikTok game together. That's what I'm working on getting working on getting my TikTok game together, doing some stuff on there. But mainly Facebook and Instagram, and also ShontelMichelle.com.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So Shontel, it has been a pleasure.
Yay! I'm
having
so
you
excited
on the show today. Yes.
So excited to be here.
It has been absolutely pleasure. I mean, you're definitely great, doing some amazing things in media and marketing and helping to build people. And so just leave a little encouraging word to the audience, something encouraging about believing in themselves.
Which camera, right here?
That camera.
That camera. Hey, y'all, listen, you have to definitely believe in yourself. If you don't believe in you, nobody else will. So I will encourage the viewers that are watching today to definitely take whatever you have been inspired to do, hopefully by God, that or your creator, to definitely take that and believe in what you've been called to do. A lot of times we look at others and we say, well, so-and-so is doing this, and I wish I could do this like so-and-so, but no, God has made you in your original, as an original. So there's no copycats, right? And so as you begin to believe in yourself, listen, others will follow, but you got to believe in you first. So definitely believe in yourself.
Yes. So thank you once again for coming.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And thank you, kings and queens, for joining me on today on Believe in Yourself Tuesday. As my guest, Shontel Michelle, said, believe in you. Believe in you. Invest in you. That's very important. Not investing on the outside or the things that others can see, but investing inside the things inside of you, your mind and all of that. Invest in you. And as I always say, everything you need is right there inside of you. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Thank you all for joining me this week. I hope you have an amazing week. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lakina Folks.